Hey, Corey.
Jimmy and Corey both in the morning.
Right? It's the first time ever, really. Well, not the first time ever, but like the first time ever.
Actual
It's been
coffee
the two of
cheer.
us, right? Actual coffee cheer. We actually have coffee. How are you? It's been a hot minute.
I'm better now. I feel like the force has been balanced again.
Yeah, it's been nuts. So for those of you that don't know, I just moved across the world, which was kind of fun. It was interesting. I spent 19 hours in an airport with 2 toddlers, which actually wasn't so bad because they actually have hotels that you can sleep in inside of customs, which is pretty spectacular.
That's smart.
Yeah, and little parks and things. That was pretty cool. So back in the North American, summer, which is fun because like I'm kind of wearing jeans sometimes now because it's not as warm as like the South Pacific,
Right?
So, but yeah, it's been interesting. I've been trying to keep up with all the craziness that's been going on over in Uplift land and the rest of the crypto space. I guess everyone kind of seems to be just sleeping and doing their thing with the projects that they love. And yeah, we're in a full-fledged bear, which is kind of interesting. I mean, is my take completely wrong? Is that the way that it seems to be going down?
I mean, if you go to our Discord, it's still hopping.
Right.
Tons of stuff going on. I think that the market as a whole, 100% bear sentiment. Like that's like it's going there. And I think, and I've said this a bunch of times, but the sooner we get to zero, the better.
Right.
Right. Then it's only upside. And I think it's difficult for people to understand in the short term. Like the price number next to all your stuff right now doesn't matter. It doesn't, because it's shit, right? Like who cares, right? And I think that the highest likelihood that we're all facing is that it's 900 days to the next peak, plus or minus a bunch, right? Like that's just like the way to start thinking about it. So if that's true, and for real, it most likely is. If that's true, what do we want to do about it? And if you go look at the charts, like the chart's not like goes down and then immediately goes back up. No. This is going to wash out everyone who doesn't have the stomach to last it out. Like there's a couple of years, like 18 months easy, where it languishes, doing nothing. You want to just poke it with a stick the whole fucking time, right?
And there'll be a lot of people who get, burn out and sad and sell at the bottom and then come back and, in 2 years and be like really upset because other people got lucky, right?
And lucky means just didn't leave,
right?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that like I'm doing like a little bit of shuffling of my portfolio, but I'm not like I don't want to take anything out. Like, I might have to in a couple spots or here there or whatever, but generally speaking, now is the time to be building. And so this is the thing, like I think don't tell anyone this, because we're not supposed to talk about this stuff. I guess like I'm just a DAO member now, right? Like I'm not actually employed by the Uplift, so I can kind of say whatever I want to say.
Yeah, right.
Let me insert all the caveats. Like this is definitely not financial advice. This is like a dream I had. Just assume that everything I'm saying is ridiculous. But the dream that I keep having is Uplift DAO token at $1, and we're multi-platform, which we're aggressively headed in that direction.
I mean, we've already got land sitting on multi-platforms. They're not purchasable. They're not usable necessarily.
But it's there.
It's being done already, right?
100%, right? Like we're getting there, and I think there's going to be more of that, right? And I also had this super bee in my bonnet about connecting something like GPT-3 to even like a God mode conversational AI inside of the game. But yeah, so like this is where I'm sad that Jimmy's frozen. Hopefully I'm still around. The fact of the matter is, like, it's just, this is now where it takes time, right? We need to become as lean as we possibly can, and figure out how to grind out revenue through these times. And it's doable. It's not like it's not doable, not at the scale that I think a lot of us got used to in the bull market. But like, we need to keep the lights on. We need to keep the lights on long enough to realize the next stage of the vision, and we're gonna do that. So I'm so sad, Jimmy.
I'm in the process of reevaluating. I'm there. Sorry, I keep cutting in and out. I might be able to fix this in the next week or so.
Okay.
I'm in the process of I'm in the process of realizing that maybe I'm gonna quit a job every 3 years, like, or every 2 years. Like I'm just gonna work part time, and then I'm gonna quit when the bull markets come, so I don't have to sell crypto in the bear, right? Like that's that's what I want to do. So, but yeah,
makes sense.
how is my internet, by the way? Is it okay?
How's what?
How is my internet?
It's better now.
Speeds, maybe.
It did chop out a little bit, but it
okay, that's cool.
Yeah, you sound sexy.
Yeah, I mean, you're clear as day. I can hear you. So
okay, well, that's good. The important things handled.
Right.
Drink more coffee.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting to be in the second bear with you, really.
Right. Like we're like, we got some OG points now. And to think like,
yeah,
I feel like I met you probably 60-70% of the way through the bear last time.
Maybe, yeah.
Right? Like it was like towards the end. And now,
yeah, there were only 2 or 3 months of shows that we did where we did it once a week before, you were like, let's do it every day, right? So that definitely.
Yeah, so I think, well, and really, it's not like nothing's gonna happen, over the course of this time. It really is a time to rest, to reform things, to reimagine things, to rejuvenate things, and to pour more foundation, right? For the next, for the next springboard. And I think, and this is something that's really super important to me, like bake into our culture that, there's a way to do this over the next 900 days that makes the next truly inevitable bear market way easier. And we couldn't do that because of what happened with Legend. I explained to them exactly how to do it. They ignored me. I feel pretty comfortable saying that because that's just true. But like that, like there's things that we can start, baking into how we do things now, that have massive ramifications, and just really like setting expectations around the timeline. I think is something that I've been doing for myself, and it's making me a happier person. Like it's easier to come and do this every day, knowing that we're gonna make it. I can already see how, like, what the worst possible case scenario is, and it's not Uplift dying. I don't think it can now, to be honest. There's just too many ways for us to keep moving forward, no matter what happens. Which is, that's a real. It's not even just exciting. Like I worried about it for so long that like sleepless nights worried about it. That now that I can kind of see how it all plays out at its most challenging, and that we're still here 6 months from now, a year from now, has changed my life a little bit, frankly. Like it's made it a lot more fun.
Well, and I think for our, like, the team that's working on the Uplift, as well as the team that is working on many other projects that are, have a trajectory to get them through the bear. I think, like, personally, the most important thing is that you just remember that we could be here for a while. Don't burn yourself out, right? Don't get upset if you don't have the numbers that you did 6 months ago, right? It's a completely different, right? Like, and that's the thing. Like, I'm pretty sure when the bull comes back, we're all going to be burning ourselves out. So better to go into that burnout with a fresh mind as opposed to like, flogging a dead bear, right? Like, I mean, it's just.
Yeah, that's the saying right there. Don't flog a dead bear. Just don't do it. Right? Yeah, I mean, they call it crypto winter for a reason, right? And there's we'll be the foxes through the crypto winter. We're not hibernating, but we're efficient and playful and fun. I think we just
it's like one of the things that I'm kind of excited about is to have time during this bear to more track out and engage with that, because I think that's something that's pretty exciting. This is maybe something that new cycle that we never really had that much in before. The whole DAO system, these are all relatively new concepts, right? And I'm excited to see what our DAO does and what DAOs in general do, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I really think, I'm so grateful for everybody who spent so much time setting up the DAO and all the people that are working on it now. I mean, we're still learning about how to be in it and how to do it actively. But it is going to be a churning center of energy and creativity and innovation, I think, the entire way through the winter, which is exciting. I mean, that's just fun shit.
Yeah, good morning, TC. That's nice. You see some gratitudes.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Well, then pull the game out. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. We definitely need to get you better internet, Home Slice. He just leaves. God damn it. Morning, TC. Gonna reboot the game. Do, 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 do. Yeah, TC, we should I'm learning so much. I know I say this all the time, but I'm really grateful that you got me into the whole mining network thing. Like the tokenomics are interesting and getting more interesting. Hey, looks like it works.
There we go.
Good stuff. Woohoo. Yep. It's interesting. You know what I should do too? I mean, I know we haven't been doing giveaways very much, but like I got a ton of shards, just because it's sort of like, I don't make any money, but every once in a while they give me some shards, which is great. But I don't want to put any sell pressure on the shards, personally. So I think we should just probably start giving away. And I made a bunch of those 20 shards at a time, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how many cards up. I'm shard up.
Hey Jimmy, do you want to try turning your camera off? Just go audio.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's try that.
Man, every time the video and audio actually does look like it works, and then like a minute later, it's like, damn it.
I wonder if the
gratitude.
I wonder if the small picture is better. Let's try that first.
Okay.
I'm grateful for the Uplifters show.
Into that. Me too.
If you guys are out there and you have one, throw it up too.
100%. Yeah, it's a little weird this morning, but I'm grateful for the bear. It's gonna make us better, man. It's gonna make us better. And like, to anyone that will listen, just don't leave. I mean, this is where like you have to find your passion for this. I actually saw a Naval Ravikant quote that basically like all successful people in startups are irrationally passionate about something, right? Like I know for a fact I am irrationally passionate about the Uplift, like deeply irrationally, like it's a thing, right? And I know a lot of people are, as passionate about whether it's metaverse or NFTs or this space or whatever it is, like that. Those people are gonna be here in a year, right? And a lot of people still, I know we think like, oh, this is a bot. It's not, right? Like the price might have bottomed out. Like maybe it's not going to go any lower than this. That's totally possible, right? But it'll languish. People will get like, because they've been so trained by the bull market, people will, kind of fade out. Don't be one of those people. Just don't. Sticking around for this whole time, like volunteer for every project that will have you. Be irrationally passionate about this. Inside those 900 days, it'll change your life. Like it just will. Right? Like it's like right next door to guaranteed.
And that's not saying that everything will be perfect, because you might still get completely royally fucked, like down here. But I mean, if you find projects that you can build together with people that you trust and people that have the right vision, then that's where you're going to see. Right? That's when you're going to excel. That's when you're going to level up to the next level. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might leave. I might leave in a fund and go back to Asia and wait out this crazy.
Don't leave, Jimmy.
And then come back to Japan. But one of the things that I want people to understand about crypto, the difference between crypto, the difference between sitting here and building projects is that you can go anywhere in the world and do that. You don't have to be tied to one currency. You don't have to be tied to one place on the map. You don't have to be tied to, one port. You can be wherever you want. You can bounce around the world. And in a bear, it might be tough, but in a bull, it allows you to, get the head up. I didn't mean leave you. I meant, leave life, right? I mean, that's
just like go for a walkabout.
Anyway.
All right. Fine.
Some Kim Mitchell go for a soda type-ish stuff.
Snap. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, what am I missing, right? Like I've been a little bit updated. I know you've been on a few shows with Lisa and Michael and TC and some other people. So give me the top three. The top three, over the last week or so. I've been in and out. What are the top three advances or things that have you the most excited about that world metaverse?
Most excited about. All right, so
things that have been happening around that people might know.
Yeah, I mean the seeing all of the oh, you went to audio. Okay, cool. Seeing all of the events just keep going, like the the Save Borvalis and the gratitude ceremony and the bunch of those. I mean, that's like the fact that those just keep pumping is awesome. That's kind of one. Gary testing mind test and just getting closer all the time to just having the core functionality that we would need to open up some servers and start moving along that line. And then I guess like a couple more, like the mining evolution thing that I set up. I don't know if I sent you that or not, the DAO proposal, Jimmy. I really do want to sit down with TC. Sat down with him Monday morning. I want to sit down with TC and KindCoin. KindCoin, really didn't like it. It was their, assumption that when we got rid of the Yoshi NFTs, we would never bring that, uplifting back, which of course is something we never said. Everybody who I talked to was just trying to figure out how to intelligently allocate it. So there were some crossed wires there or whatever, which, it's understandable. And so that's his starting position, is that he just hates anything that's going to do that. Right. So like it's sort of, I think, been tougher for him to see it. And I want to do as much due diligence as I possibly can, because I love that guy, to explain, why this is much more of a value add than a 10% cut. As far as the capacity to, bring some energy, not only to the uplift, but to the uplifting economy itself. So I'm super excited about that. We were going to sit down yesterday, but we kind of got our wires crossed a little bit. He's in a big wedding today. So I'm putting that on a holding pattern for a day or two, just because I want to, give some opportunity for TC and KindCoin and I to sit down and walk through that. But I'm personally really excited about it because I know it's going to work. It's going to have, a pretty long-term profound effect. And, not for nothing, have the potential to bring in some revenue that'll help us keep the lights on for another little while. So I think that's three. Yeah. Well, and World DAOs get closer all the time. Yeah, Jimmy, definitely go to straight audio. Jimmy, my bro. You're chopping hard. No. Still pretty messed up.
Let me move and see. How many?
It's kind of coming back, I think.
Okay, I'll try it up here and see if this works. I like the fact that there's so many regular
people who are participating in events all the time.
Yeah.
On a weekly basis. I mean, on the weekends are cool. There's the PvP event, there's the Saber Dallas event, there's a new one to talk about the Uplift, and I think we'll get time to see the art walks come back. I mean, and I mean, things that are happening with the mind test on the back end, like the customizability that seems. Welcome to Canada.
Yeah, you're still chopping up hard. I'm gonna come back to Canada just to beat up the freaking internet. Boo.
Okay. I'll make a phone call. We'll get it fixed. The ability to customize the blocks mind test seems like it's gonna go away on what could be possible in Minecraft.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like instead of waiting for, and then not being able to upgrade when Minecraft upgrades, we're going to be the ones doing it, right? Artists are going to be able to create the blocks. Right. Members of our community are going to be able to create the game loops. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty exciting.
I mean, imagine if there was an Upliftium block in the game. I mean, like that could be a thing
that you could just straight mine. Yeah, yeah. Oh my god! Now, like, is it more random than diamonds? Probably, right? Or like, Upliftium sats. We're just gonna start mining shit out, just strip mining everything,
right?
I kind of want to strip mine. Like, that's no. I think we need to raise that up to a necessity very quickly.
I'm just gonna pop in and out every once in a while so people know I'm still here. I want to put the Upliftium blocks up high in the sky in the clouds like the old Super Mario things where you actually got to build to get up there.
You're weird and I like it.
Oh, this is good. Yeah, I mean, right?
I like it a lot.
That's cool. So what do we? I don't know. Do we have any guests on the page for later this week, Corey? What's going on? Do we got?
Sorry, can you repeat that? You weren't breaking up.
Do we have any guests on the page? On the booking later this week or not yet?
I think I talked to somebody about coming on Friday, but now I can't remember.
All right.
Yeah. No, I think it's pretty open. Yeah, TC just did a shard block like that, right? Like, I think I'm realizing now. I'm not going to speak for everybody. I'm realizing I personally, and I've been thinking a lot about the different things that we're going to be able to do on Minetest that we couldn't do on Minecraft. I have only been scratching the surface. So that's my new official top of the line. Super excited. So like, what are you gonna play? TC, I already know the answer to this, but like, what are you gonna play? Are you gonna play in Minetest? Even though like it's gonna be a lot simpler, but you can still build really amazing things and like, help us develop. Like, oh, I need to figure out how to make this, that, and this, whatever. Are you playing in Minetest where you can mine shards and Upliftium? Or are you playing in Minecraft where you can mine diamonds?
And you've got two very different groups of people potentially playing with the same land keys on two different platforms. And that's just the beginning, really.
Yeah. So TC said, can you put shard blocks hidden on maps? I mean, this is the thing, right? Like, we can design the blocks and then we should be able to seed the map. And this is an open question. We might be able to seed new maps with stuff. I think it might be a little bit harder to seed a current world map. But maybe not impossible.
That said, we are recycling land, so we could potentially look into the idea of seeding the recycled land with these new blocks, right?
That's where my brain had just, thank you for that. So this is the thing, like, long story short, we can't get to Minetest fast enough. And we can't start fucking around with all of these new tools fast enough because we're going to come up with just a whole new era of play to earn, right? Which is freaking exciting, balls.
This one's for you. This is another first.
What's that? A puppy.
The puppy on Jimmy's end.
Aw, adorbs.
Yeah. All right.
Hold on, let me see if I can show you these nerds here. There's my nerds. Brian died. He sleeps like that all the time. Hey, Brian. Brian. He's like, Daddy, no.
No.
Anyway, it's my nerd. Whoo-wee.
So yeah, I want to. Let's maybe. I gotta sit down and go through my notes, but I'd like to. You have access to Uplifters Tower in Mind Test, right?
I haven't tried yet. I could probably get it.
I thought that we had it, but
I know it's in there. I just have never had access to it.
It'd be fun to jump around there and play because there's a couple new things that went up with signs and stuff like that, right? So
yeah. It's like copy a new one over. So yeah, like what's the transition point where like, you know, we can stop putting up new signs? Because I think I would like, you know, because I want to all be about, you know, dog fooding, right? Like, you know, one of the main reasons why the gratitude practice has been so important for me personally. Like, I don't have time to play as much as I want to, working on all the stuff on the back end, but every day, right? We go in, we do some gratitudes, whatever. And so people have asked, like, if I do something in Mind Test, is it going to show up in Minecraft? Hard no, right? Like, that's not how any of this is going to work. Like, I'm 99.99% sure that's going to be the case. And so when we start building in Mind Test, like, to me, that's going to be the new Uplifters Tower. The old one's there. It's not going anywhere. Yippee fucking doodah, right? And then now down the road, Jimmy, like, wouldn't it be possible to, you know, have an Upliftium burn to repaste, right?
Well, I was gonna say the same thing, like an obscene amount of Upliftium to you know, take whatever updated version you have and paste it into the other version or multiple other versions. Like, right. That's a great use case for.
Well, and this is where
an obscene amount, not 5, not a shard, like an obscene amount.
No, a ton, and really, like, and it's not going to work very good, right? Because like the block assignment equivalents, I shouldn't say that actually, because we might actually end up with a really good database of this is that, right? As long as it knows how to translate it, then, you know, it should be fine. But even if just the, you know, the living monument is what's important to me, right? Like the shape, that's easy. Like, you know, because it's mostly, you know, brick and glass or whatever. You know, we might have to replant the trees or whatever, but the signs are the important bit, right? And we know that'll work, right? So that could be, you know, that would be worth it for me, right? Like just to have, you know, if we're baking things back into it. But yeah, I know attention is going to be a huge part of this. For me, I think Minecraft is going to become a historical monument to me, right? Because I think I want to move on now.
And I think this is going to be interesting because you're still going to be able to have the same gameplay, the same kind of structure that people are used to in Minecraft now on Mind Test. But I think what's going to happen, because I can see us going to Unreal 5 or an engine like that, where you'll actually be able to pick up that pre-build and drop it in to there, and like people like, you know, Andreas from the Rocket Gallery, they'll actually be able to host events in there, right? And it won't change, it'll be there, right? Like, you know, the mall gallery can sit there and it can be there, right? And so this is going to be really interesting because there'll be different plugins that might actually allow for things that, you know, aren't necessarily that easy when you have, you know, massive plots on servers, things like proximity audio and things like that. So as we develop and as we see different plots across different platforms, you might actually have you know, things that are locked in time that aren't developed as much as other platforms, which is kind of exciting in its own way, I think, right?
Yeah. TC6, we have a plain plot on my test. I mean, that, every time I brought up doing a couple of little tester worlds, that we sell for wax, and there was tons of pushback on that, right? For new ones, because we basically want to bring the current worlds over, which makes sense as far as like, can we? Of course we can, right? But like, how do we work that into the release? And maybe it's a situation where, I wonder if we should change the 5 billion Upliftium thing, do another DAO vote, and switch it to mine test. Right? Because we basically have like, you buy a world for 5 billion, which still, like, I don't think anyone's close. I think a group might be creeping up on 1 billion by now. And sadly, I think it's only one group that's trying, which is dumb. Like, I'd love to see some competition there. I actually talked about doing it, like setting up a team myself to start going after it, but people thought that would be too much a conflict of interest. Well,
yeah, I mean, we could definitely talk to those people and see if that would be something that would interest them more, right? I mean,
we just run another DAO vote, right? Like, hey, like, we're and it would sure as fuck, like, I would want that more, right? Like, why, because we're pausing development on Minecraft, right? We've got a couple key things we need to, finish, like adding people on, Dgen 1 and Ethereum or whatever, right? Like some features that are required, to make it, what we, just basically the basic version of what we have. But yeah, I mean, like all the fun, all the innovation, all the excitement is going to be on my test. Right. And again, like everybody who wants to keep doing all their fun stuff on Minecraft, like do it. Great. Right. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to probably put a proposal up and get a vote on that. It makes tons of sense to me. But I mean, we obviously want to honor the expectations that we set up with the original vote. So, okay, good talk. By the way, your signal's better now. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, there could be something in the air, or it's possible that my my nephew was on the internet playing a game or something. I'm not sure.
Oh, he's fired.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I mean, there's something in the air in Canada, that's for sure. It's kind of nuts.
Oh man, that's exciting, man.
Yeah, it is. So I don't know. Yeah, again, like I don't know. We're gonna be here for a while. We're gonna hang out until the new year. We might make some side jaunts here, there, and everywhere across here and about North America. But I'm excited, man. I don't know when.
Here's a question.
Miami, but
September 16th and 17th.
I don't know.
Is there a 0.01 chance you could come down?
I don't know if that's possible.
I got Russell Chorus, I think, coming down, and we're going to be going to Andrea Bello. How's it going, man? We're gonna be going to my little meditation retreat.
Let me look at it and see.
I would rip off my pinky toe if there was a 1% chance that you could come.
Yeah, let me play. If I can, it'll be me and the whole family. So I'll have to factor that in. But yeah, we could maybe come down for a few days. Let me check.
All right. Yeah, we'll send.
I'd like to meet you, but like,
right. We'll send the wives and the kids over to Universal,
right?
Just to have fun, and we'll go punch the universe in the face.
Okay. Let me play with that. Where I don't even know what. So that's like a month from now.
Yeah.
Let me play with that.
All right.
17.
Cool.
All right. Well.
Oh, Andre. Let's actually, Andre, if you want to come on this week, tomorrow or the next day, I'd love to chat with you about that. And also, like, I have something I've been working on in the background that I need to talk to you in private. Because like the first thing I want to do with it is plug it into your system. So that could be fun.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That sounds great. I did have a look. It's good. I like it. I like it a lot.
Cool.
Yeah. I didn't have much to say other than a couple smiley faces, to be honest.
It is good. Yeah, but I mean, like, even for the show's NFT line, right? Like that, and we've got all winter to launch it now, right? So like, we don't have to hurry, and everything in good time. All right.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, if you're up for it tomorrow, Andre, or Friday, come on and come hang out with Corey and I.
I like it.
It'll be good.
Woohoo! Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, we'll chat, Andre. And you pick tomorrow or Friday or your next earliest convenience, 9 a.m. And we'll get you on, get an update, and start playing around with that stuff because it sounds freaking rad.
Sure. I'll set something up for Friday and we'll get you in here at 9. Sweet.
Awesome. All right. Well, I think I'm going to take off. I'm going to go drink some more coffee. Jimmy, it's lovely having you in this time zone.
I mean, it's lovely being here. I like having morning coffee with Corey. It's great.
Right? It's fun. It's good stuff.
You guys, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. I mean,
yep. Thanks for popping in, Andre. I'm excited to talk to you.
To our no good, amazing, old selves, come back very soon. We'll be here. We'll be doing some pretty killer stuff when it comes to building things.